when I run the Ansible playbook, it is not printing any command output for me, right? If you see the past. So whenever there is a error, it is just printing it. I just wanted it to print me the command output. Okay. While I'm imagine like you are running a command. So the actual output I want to be printed it during the playbook execution. So that is what we are going to see now. So let's do that. So let me create a file called register.yaml. There. So sts the next host, in this case tasks, and let me have a message saying name print standard output and standard error. So whenever you run a command, okay, so there will be two output that will be coming. So one is called as the standard output. So if the command is printing some output, you will be able to see that. And when the command is printing that, there will be standard error will be there. Okay. So let me run a command on the Linux machine, and I want to show only the success output when it is there. When it is failing, I want to show me the error. Okay. So let's see how do I do that. So let me use a module called shell. And inside that, I want to print a variable. So dollar host name. So when I run this command on Linux, I'll see the host name is getting printed. I'll just show you. So this will be the output of the command. I want the output to be printed when I run the Ansible playbook. So for that, I need to register the output to a variable. So it will be register register. Okay, let me share it, store it in a variable called output. So this you can give it any name. It's up to you. And then let me print this variable. The option is debug msg equal to print stdard standard output is and then it will be output dot std out. At the same time, I want to print the standard error also. Msg equal to standard error is output dot stderr. So this is a simple thing. So I'm running a command using the shell module, and I'm storing the output to a variable called output, and I'm just printing both standard output and standard error. Let me see this. Register.yaml. So ideally I should see two messages are printed. In the standard error, I don't have any output, so it is not printing anything. So, but in the standard output, I can see the value. So in the playbook execution itself, you are getting the error so that you can handle it better when the playbook is getting executed. So the next option we are going to see is how do I print a standard error? Okay, so let's see. Let me try to run a command which is not available. Okay, just modify the same file, register.yaml, Let me try to run a command which will throw me an error. Okay, so let me try to find out a file called ls-l test.txt. So I know that this file is not there. Okay, in the mission, the file is not there. Okay, and I will show you one of the default behavior of Ansible. Okay, so let me try to run this. And if I run this now, you can see it is not printing me the debug message. It is stopping there itself. So I am creating a task and that task is failing. So because of that, the whole playbook execution was stopped because this is the default behavior of Ansible. Whenever a task failed, it will terminate the playbook execution there itself. It will not proceed further. Okay. But you may have a scenario that if there is error comes in the task execution, I want this to be skipped and I want it to proceed further. Okay. Then you can add one more additional parameter called uh, ignore errors. So in the task level, you can define, or otherwise you can do it in the playbook level. Normally we'll be do it in the task level. So the option is ignore the score ERRORS. Ignore errors is yes. So let me save this. Now, if I run this, it will print the error, but it will proceed further and it will show you the standard error. That's saying cannot access test.txt, no such file or directory. So on the particular step in this example, what I've given is on the particular step, if there is any error, it will ignore and proceed. Okay. So this actual output will not be a scenario, but there will be some cases where I need to put a custom messages, right? Like imagine if the file is there, I wanted to print the file is present, or if there is any content. So you want to give some meaningful message when you execute the playbook. Okay. So for that, let's see example, because this one is not meaningful for me because why the file is not there, I don't have a clue. Okay. If you want to print some meaningful messages, okay, that you are preparing a lab guide or guide or anything while executing the playbook. If this is the error, we should do this. Okay. If you want to have your custom error message printed out, let us see how do I do that. So vi custom message dot YAML, and here so sts Linux and name print the content of the file. I can give command. So I know that there is a file called test file, which is not having any content, right? So let me use this command is. So just notice I'm giving another module called command. Okay, the reason why it is shell will have all the environment variables available on the machine. Okay, command will just execute the command. So you need to understand the difference between command and shell. So shell will inherit all the environment variables available on the machine. Okay, but command will not inherit those things. So previously I used some shell variables. That's why I used shell. Here I'm using command. So the output of this, I want to register file content. It is debug say msg equal to file is empty, and I'm going to put a condition here. When empty, the additional is when this file content dot std out is double equal to empty, okay, and say debug message file is not empty when file content.std out is not equal to empty. So within double quotes, if I don't have any character, that means it's not returning any character. So here, if the file content is empty, I'll be printing file is empty. If the file content is not empty, I'll be printing not empty. So let's run this. Ansible if playbook custom message.yaml. You can say it is saying file is empty. You run it for the first time, you will get the file is empty. And let me add some content to the file. On the node, run a command echo test to test file. Let me run this. Now the file will have some content because I'm just asking it to type echo, and I'm overriding the content of the file. So that if you run the Ansible playbook, now you should see it is printing file is not empty.